All right, y'all. It's your boy Street Costello. We back with another reaction video. You know, I had made one the other morning to this one video that I had wanted to watch. This is Crime Joint, but it came out all wrong. I had to get a whole nother webcam. I was using my phone, and it was linked to OBS, but the whole time in the preview mode, it's showing the box where it's supposed to be. But when the actual video got finished recording, it wasn't the screen capture. It was literally just me on the video talking. So y'all ain't know what the hell I was talking about. I don't even know if I'm gonna do that video over again. It was over an hour, but who knows? Who knows? But I want to get to this video. This is by Prime Analyzer. Follow them on YouTube. Also follow me, subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that. I'm about to be doing a whole lot more reaction videos. And yeah, let's get to it. I haven't watched this, so I'm gonna watch it with y'all. I be into these crime joints for real, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of reactions to a bunch of stuff. I can just go back. I bet. Let's go.
On the afternoon of February 5th, 2026, deputies responding to a medical emergency in a quiet Tennessee neighborhood walked into a scene that would quickly turn into a homicide investigation. Inside that house was a man named Deron Lee, a former NFL linebacker. There are stories in sports that follow a familiar arc. There's the rise, a struggle, followed by a fade into obscurity. And for a while, Lee's story looked like it might be one of those. A gifted athlete whose professional career never quite matched the promise of his college days. But today, that story has taken a far darker turn because Deron...
They say NFL players don't really get money like that. I mean, granted, the contracts ain't like MLB or NBA and things like that. And plus, you have a shorter career span being in the NFL because, I mean, them hits you take is crazy. Like, it really is. I didn't want to pursue athletes or athletic. My son, I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but I ain't want to pursue any kind of athletics as a career in life because I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't want to. In high school, it was fun, but it's like going forward, I ain't really want to do it. Plus, I was already making money. I was making music. I was good. I had my first record deal in high school. I wasn't really focused on it, but looking at this house probably cost, what they said, I don't even remember what they said it was at. What is it, Tennessee or somewhere? I don't know. But this house probably cost like, $500,000, something like that. So the house is decent, but it's not like he got a big mansion. It's like a little modest neighborhood, middle class. I mean,
Lee isn't just some former football player whose career didn't pan out.
And then if your career don't really go where you need it to go for real, now you don't even make the money that you made. For one, taxes ate you up, your agent ate you up. If you don't got no sponsorships to keep going, like that's the thing that really gets athletes above. Not even just athletes, just stars in general. Because you get a contract, you can do what you got to do, but a lot of that contract be over time. Like you might get a $3 million contract, but that's in like 5 years. Now break that down. You see what I'm saying? So, and then you still got to pay taxes and your agents, and you still got your cost of living, family, friends, things like that. You know, this generation, everybody love to flex. You got to get the big chain, a nice car collection and all that. So if you don't really got a long career like that, and then being an athlete, I mean, it don't really pan out for real. And then they just said that he didn't really pan out as an NFL player as he did when he was in his college days. So the money probably ain't what it was anyway. But I don't really know the story. I mean, I seen it. I was like, it seemed interesting. I'm going to watch it with y'all. So, I don't know. I'm going to stop interrupting so much. Let's go.
He's a man sitting behind bars charged with first-degree murder. So how does someone go from playing on Sundays in the NFL to facing accusations of such a brutal crime just 10 years later? To understand that, we have to go back to the beginning. Let's dive in.
I was at the Elite 100. Is that what it was called? Elite 100. It was in Indiana, and I won the fastest man. I won the fastest man award, and I'll never forget that. I won. I had a great day, but it was I was the fastest guy there. This was kind of ironic because I'm a pretty fast guy now. I got countless memories, but I definitely remember that one for sure.
Deron Lee grew up in New Albany, Ohio.
So off the jump, he already seemed like just a humble, charismatic guy. So I don't know. We see where it go wrong.
From an early age, it was clear he had something special. He became a standout football player at New Albany High School, and he received offers from Boston College, Duke, Illinois, Purdue, and Minnesota. He chose to stay home and play for Ohio State. There, he developed into one of the most explosive line.
That'll never be a bad choice. The Buckeyes, you can't go wrong, especially if you're from the town, and that's the biggest program in that state. So, yeah, you can't go wrong.
Backers in the country. His college career peaked in the 2015 Sugar Bowl, a college football playoff semifinal against Alabama. With 7 tackles and 2 sacks, Lee was named the defensive MVP of that game. It was a signature performance that announced to the entire football world that he had arrived. 11 days later, the Buckeyes would go on to win the national championship against Oregon. With a national championship ring now on his finger, Lee made the decision to leave
I lost money on that game, too.
Ohio State early and declare for the 2016 NFL Draft. The next stage would be the NFL Combine, a week-long evaluation where players undergo physical tests, medical exams, and team interviews. Lee impressed scouts by running the 40-yard dash in 4.43 seconds, remarkable speed for a linebacker and faster than many NFL wide receivers. The New York Jets selected him 20th overall in the first round, signing him to a 4-year deal worth about $10.28 million guaranteed.
It came to this moment. Did you have that realization when you're sitting in the green room waiting for your name to be called that, like, man, I've come a long way?
Absolutely. You know, you see a couple of guys get picked, and you're just seeing Joey and Zeke, those guys get picked. That's when it really hit me. I'm like, you know, your dreams are really about to come true, and your hard work's about to come true. And, you know, I can't even really put it into words sometimes, but, you know, just when I got that call, it was amazing.
But his first year was far from impressive. In fact, the analytics company Pro Football Focus ranked him as the lowest graded rookie linebacker in the league. The following year, the same company graded him 87th out of 88 linebackers who qualified for a rating. In 2018, he was suspended for 4 games for a PED violation. All in all, he played in 43 out of 64 games for the Jets, recording 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 241 tackles.
Already, he's got solid stats.
Lee later played for several teams, including the Kansas City Chiefs, although he was part of the organization during their 2000.
This is what I be trying to figure out. Like, granted, I live in Houston, but I'm from Virginia Beach. And states that you would really think that they wouldn't have anything going on, like Kansas City, Missouri, they have a NFL franchise. Why we can't get that somewhere in Virginia? In Virginia, we don't have a franchise at all. The closest we have to a franchise is the Commanders, and they're up in Northern Virginia. That's where they play at, but you know they're Washington. But yeah,
2019 championship season, he didn't appear in the playoffs, but still received a Super Bowl ring. His career ended
as a participation trophy. It's like, yeah, I mean, you was with us, but you won't like with us, you know what I mean? But yeah, take this ring, you know what I mean? You was over there though, but nah. That's like when you in Little League, the one kid that's always on the bench that never plays, he's over there playing with grass. These kids over there getting money and everything. You still get that trophy at the end of the day when y'all win that ship, though. In Little League, even if you don't win, you still get a trophy. Seen it on Family Guy. Brian had told Stewie, like, yeah, everybody get those. Stewie went back and looked at all his old trophies. Participation. Like, man, you ain't good at nothing.
In 2021, after short stints in Buffalo and Las Vegas. Despite early expectations, he never made a Pro Bowl, won major awards, or finished near the top of the league in any statistical category. But after his football career ended, Lee's name began appearing in the headlines again. Not for football, but for something far more troubling.
What'd he do?
By 2026, Lee was no longer in the NFL and had been staying at a rental home in Ooltewah, Tennessee, just outside Chattanooga.
Tennessee. See, This house right here probably costs like $71. $71 max, no more. $71 a month. You can stay right here in Tennessee. I'm playing, but nah. House like this in Tennessee somewhere, you probably can get this house for like maybe. It's not even a big area because out here in Houston, you could probably get this house for like maybe high twos, low threes. Out there, you could probably get it around the same, probably like $250. But it's like a new development too, so with the builder's credits and all that, you could probably get it for around like $250 or something like that. So you living a modest lifestyle. Ain't too bad for being out of the NFL.
Around that time, he was in a relationship with a woman named Gabriela Carvalho Perpetuo. Exactly how the two met hasn't been publicly detailed, but by early February, they had been together at
What's that, Hawaiian? Perpetuo? It's like Hawaiian, ain't it?
the Ottawa home for 10 days.
Indian? Like Cherokee? Choctaw? Something like that?
Gabriella, known to family and friends as Bella, was a 29-year-old woman full of warmth and ambition. Her parents described her as a natural people person who never met a stranger. Bella was raised in Massachusetts, and at 15, her family relocated to Florida, where she would eventually lay down roots. Later, as a young woman, she moved to New York City to pursue a career in clinical journalism, drawn by the idea of storytelling with.
Anytime somebody got to show New York, when they showing some B-roll, they show one of three things. They show the four. They show the subway, the Statue of Liberty, a random project building, or Times Square.
In the medical world. But over time, her calling shifted. She realized that what she truly wanted was to be in the room with patients, not writing about them from the outside. So she enrolled in a college nursing program with a clear goal: to care for newborns during the most fragile hours of their lives. She was compassionate, driven, and just 3 months away from graduating. But in February of 2026, that future was suddenly cut short. At around 1:30 p.m. on February 5th, a 911 call came in from Duran Lee's home on Snowcone Way in Ottawa. Lee told the dispatcher that his girlfriend was not breathing and that
Just got word. Feds just added more charges to Lil Durk. That's crazy. Feds trying to cook him.
CPR was underway. The call was routed to deputies as a medical emergency, but when officers arrived at the home, the scene told a completely different story. Deputies found Bella lying unresponsive on the living room floor, already being treated at the scene by EMS. She had visible injuries that immediately raised concerns. Lee's explanation was straightforward. He said he had woken up from sleep to find her unconscious on the couch. As officers moved through the home, what they observed added to their suspicions.
It already sounded like a lie. So she's laying there unresponsive. He said that, man, I was asleep. I woke up, came downstairs, and she's just laying on the couch unconscious. Man, cut it out.
There were no signs of forced entry. Broken glass lay scattered in the kitchen. Blood was found in multiple areas of the house, on walls, floors, and even the staircase. And cleaning supplies had been left in places that made no practical sense.
So clearly it was a struggle, and my man tried to cover it up. But why would you just leave the supplies that she was trying to clean with? I don't know. He probably was panicking.
Locations that suggested to authorities that someone had recently been trying to clean something up.
She take like painkillers or anything like that?
Is she? Yeah. I don't know. Okay. She always takes her vitamins or whatever. I have no idea. I was just upset. I came down. She was laying right there.
Where did she leave? It's my fiance. Where's her medicine? Where's the medicine?
These are here. I don't know.
Hey, sir. If you just hang out, let me just see you, okay? Where's your phone?
When deputies considered the amount of blood and where it had been found, it didn't match Lee's version of events. It wasn't the picture of a man who had simply woken up to find his girlfriend unresponsive.
He don't even seem to be like panicking or anything. He's just like, yeah, she dead. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just hoping y'all don't think it's me.
And then there was Lee himself. Officers described him as frantic, nervous, and unable to provide clear answers about what had happened inside.
Like, granted, he seemed nervous, but he seems like semi-calm for someone to come downstairs and find your fiance just like passed out like that and unresponsive. I don't know.
The house. At that point, deputies wanted some clarification from Duran Lee.
Come on. We'll go right outside and talk while there. Yes, fine. Tell me what, so what's going on? You said you were up there sleeping.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Okay, what was she doing last time you saw her? Do you know around what time you saw her last?
I don't know. I don't know if she, but I guess went to take a shower.
He's thinking about the lie right now in real time. He is thinking like, damn, what the fuck can I say right now? He ain't think about this at all. Or he did, but it's just not coming to him because, like, he's trying to freestyle. It's just not coming out right. His freestyling ain't it. Like, man, you ain't got it. You ain't Hove, man. Your freestyle ain't it. I guess I went to try to take a what?
And that's it. I was knocked out.
He ain't even ask you that. He said what happened, like what was she doing the last time you saw her, and he's trying to replay what he was doing.
Around what time was that?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Did you work last night or?
No, sir.
Okay. What's with all the broken stuff in there?
The glass just shattered because we left the window open, and so when it got warm, we reheated the house. It just like exploded. So I was just cleaning that up. That was before I was falling asleep.
Okay.
I thought
The glass exploded, y'all. The glass just exploded. That's what happened.
she was gonna come down and like finish it up from the dustpan, but I come back down, and then this is what happened. Is she okay? Is she okay?
I didn't work on it right now.
You said that she okay.
So explain this. So the window was open, so the house froze.
Yeah, it was cold. I didn't know that she like had it open, and so that just shattered. But like nothing was like.
You said then when you close the window, turn the heat on.
It just like, you know how it like shrinks and expands. That's all. That's all I know.
He's a physicist now.
Is she okay?
They're still working on it. What is
The cop out here talking to you while the medics is in there with her, and my man go ask him, is she okay? We doing this? Yeah, we doing this.
what's her last name?
Perpetual.
How do you spell that?
Perpetuo.
I think that's Hawaiian.
Her first name?
Gabriella. Gabriella.
Breathing real heavy now. Look.
Your birthday?
Look.
Yes, 8/19/1996.
That's all.
don't know that this is, I do what I do know from, I think it was like last week, our second day here. She had slipped. We were trying to get a bath mat. So I know she's like, 'cause I caught myself like before, that's what my left knee swollen. But I don't know what happens in shower. She takes long showers, like really long showers, and I have absolutely no idea.
Did he just volunteer random information that had nothing to do with nothing? What the hell is he talking about? Oh yeah, she takes long showers. I slept, or she slept, or that's why my back was swollen. We have a bath mat. What does that got to do with her being on the couch unconscious?
Please go. Okay, I'll get my phone with that one.
What about that? Grab a charger? Grab a charger.
He trying to hide something right quick.
Oh my God, babe! I didn't see you. I see you inside in the closet. Oh my God, man.
What is it you're looking for?
Looking for a big block.
Like a charging brick?
Yeah, the big one.
Jesus. You don't have kids in school?
We got kids?
Yeah.
No, sir.
You don't have kids that okay, so make sure you have kids that are about to get off the bus or something.
Oh my God.
I don't see that.
Yeah, no. Oh my God, Belle. Oh my God. So, see, see,
Oh my God. Hey, come on.
yeah, so
We'll get you a break out here.
appreciate you. Your fiance?
I see.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of what's pretty much about it? So Tony's breaking. She's breaking? I don't know, sister. She's trying to break it. Okay. Did she take medication? All medication downstairs. Okay. And when was the last time that you saw? Is she Gabriella? Yes. When was the last time that you saw her before you found her like this?
Hey.
Right before my car. Taking all those things to not it's a holiday. She ready to get through. His arrow. I wouldn't know because like you see the little fill balls that she had, those little fill balls that she has up there. That's I don't know. I don't even know she has them. She keeps them in her back. She keeps it in her backpack.
Come on.
She keeps it in her backpack.
He's in the stock. I'll get you.
Sorry,
We'll get you one out here. Hold on for a second.
oh my God.
Tell us. Hold on a second.
And so what? So I got here kind of late. So tell me what's going on with it.
So I came upstairs. I woke up. Okay. And she was already laying on the couch. Okay. She was asleep. She was already laying on the couch when I got down. But beforehand,
He's trying to reiterate this so hard. Like, he's trying to exonerate himself from the jump. Like, yo, I was asleep. I came downstairs. She was like that.
I don't know if she was going up or down. I don't know, is what I'm saying. And so I came down and then like she was just laying on the couch on her side. And then I'm like, hey man, what do you want to eat? And she's wasn't saying anything, and that's why I called 911 immediately. I'm like, what is going on? Because waking up, I'm like, what the hell happened? Like I was out.
See, and I'm going to tell you how you know it's bullshit, especially the cops probably reading this shit the same way I'm reading to it. He said he came downstairs repetitively after being asleep, right? And he said he asked her, like, yo, you want something to eat? And she didn't say nothing. He just called the police. So you ain't go over there to shake her, you know what I mean, grab her, see if she's awake, wake her up or nothing. You just like, oh, she ain't say nothing. Let me call the cops.
Sleeping a long time. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what happened.
His lies just ain't making no sense. Like, it's just coming off as bullshit. Like, I don't know. He's freestyling, but it's just not working.
Is she bleeding?
What's up?
Is she bleeding?
Was she?
Yeah.
Like, actually, I don't know.
I didn't see her just now. Oh, I didn't go up to her. I don't know. So what is there? Someone was bleeding because there's blood going down the stairs.
Yeah, it was probably her. If you look back in the shower, back in the book right there. I don't know if she fell and tried to get down. I didn't hear it. Like, you can't really hear much.
Y'all sleep in separate rooms?
Yeah, because we have to put up a bed yet in my bedroom.
All right, so the picture he's trying to paint right now is that she may have slipped in the shower, hurt herself, and then she somehow got downstairs and then ended up on the couch. And she's a nurse, right? So you would think that she would call for help, and if he's there, she would at least yell for him to call for help or something like that. You would think. If that's the case, that's the picture that he's trying to paint. What happened?
I don't know if when she got there, she felt like, I have no idea.
Wait, what? What'd you say? They're still working on her. Hold on. No questions. Please let's see. I need to do this. Thanks. You just have to made a comment about, I don't know if she died, she died there. I think she died in the shower downstairs. There's blood, there's handprints, bloody handprints. And then also she got a bunch of blood, they're very on it.
I didn't see the bloody handprints, but that's even worse.
Just do it on the right side. No, you need it. Just hang them in a car or something. It's a pretty important seriously, I want to work this. Because, yeah.
I was asleep for one time. Okay, so when's the last time you actually talked to her? And she talked about you?
Yo, if this nigga say he was asleep one more damn time.
I saw that yesterday evening about 6 I didn't. You've been here the whole time? I've been here the whole time. Yeah. No, Brandon did some errands. When did you come back? Yeah, I was on like 5-10 minutes after, but that was
Hold on. He just said he was there. Then he said he ran to do what?
Whole time? I've been here the whole time. Yeah. No, Brandon did some errands. When did you come back?
Have you been here the whole time? Yeah. No, I ran to get some I ran to run some errands.
Yeah, I was on like 5-10 minutes after, but that was she was still awake. Yeah, she was still awake though. And then I came back and I was like, so everything else was going on.
We're going to put it in the car. We got some people coming out.
Lee was detained while authorities processed the scene. Forensic techs applied a chemical called Blue Star, similar to luminol. This testing showed that blood had been cleaned from several areas of the home, suggesting someone had attempted to conceal.
Also, the time of death is going to determine a lot as well, because if he said he came downstairs, he asked her if she wants something to eat, and he called immediately. But if it shows she's been dead for a prolonged amount of time, and he was sitting there trying to clean up before he called and everything, that's going to show like the time from when she may have died and when you actually called and they arrived, like the duration between that time period, what might have happened. Like, we're going to figure that out. Like, we're going to know right now. And that's what this luminol is for. For one, it's going to show that it was blood all over the place. And then you combine that with the time of death. I mean, you ain't going to find out the time of death until later, but still.
Testing showed that blood had been cleaned from several areas of the home, suggesting someone had attempted to conceal evidence. Additional traces of blood appeared throughout the house and even inside a vehicle in the garage, indicating the violence may have moved through multiple rooms. In one room, the Blue Star reaction revealed something particularly.
Damn. So my nigga whooped her ass from outside in the garage to the inside, the upstairs, and the shower, the downstairs. God damn.
Through multiple rooms. In one room, the Blue Star reaction revealed something particularly disturbing: a set of human handprints embedded in the carpet. Investigators would later note that the prints appeared to show someone pressing their hands into the floor, as if struggling to push themselves up or crawl away. At the time of this video, authorities have not publicly confirmed who those handprints belong to.
I was just about to say, if they his, he was probably down there cleaning up. They hers, she was definitely fighting for her life, trying to either get away, crawl away, or something.
According to the police affidavit, Lee himself bore signs of a physical struggle. Investigators documented injuries to his face, his hands, and his chest.
At least she fought back.
Blood was also found inside his cell phone case. His phone and his clothing were seized as evidence. What investigators documented on Bella's body was deeply disturbing. There was a wound consistent with a stab injury to her abdomen. She had severe bruising to her head and around her eyes, as well as a broken neck. Bruises covered her arms and torso, and, perhaps most chillingly, what appeared to be a human bite mark was found on her shoulder.
This nigga think he Jeffrey Dahmer. God damn. When do the bullshit stop? She was a pretty girl too. God damn. So her biggest mistake was fucking with this goddamn flunky ass nigga. You couldn't hack it in the NFL. So now you just want to be a damn murderer. Shit, you should have did that a long time ago. Before your ass went to Ohio State, you should have been caught a body. She would have been alive. He was in the wrong field, man. Penitentiary was already built. So penitentiary was waiting for him. This nigga here.
Her body was transported to the Hamilton County Forensic Center, where an autopsy was performed. The conclusion was that Bella died as a result of blunt force trauma to the head. She was 29 years old. She was 3 months from graduating. She had her whole life in front of her. With the forensic evidence piling up, investigators had seen enough. Lee was taken into custody at the scene and arrested later that day. He was charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. Bond was denied. But the story did not begin in that house in Tennessee. In fact, allegations of violence surrounding Deron Lee stretched back years. As investigators examined Lee's past, they learned he was on active probation in 2 states, Florida and Ohio. In 2017, during his second season with the New York Jets, a woman filed a lawsuit in New Jersey alleging that Lee had assaulted her at a house party earlier that year. He denied the allegations, and the lawsuit was later dismissed. In April,
Assault could be like a barrage of different things. Like you can push someone like playfully, that's still assault. You know what I mean? Like you can give somebody a shoulder bump, that's assault. I mean, ain't no telling. They said it was at a party. He could have been drunk. She could have been drunk. It could have been like, yo, we looking at a Jets player. This is a meal ticket. But it could have been, you know what I mean, more sinister than that. Who knows? But when they bring up your past like this, it really don't tell a story for real, because it could be something very simple, but being the fact that it's on your record and you was charged with, or not charged with, because I don't know if it was it a lawsuit or he was actually, yeah, because it said it was a lawsuit, so that was civil. So I don't know.
2023, Lee was charged with domestic violence and assault stemming from 2 incidents, one in October 2022, the other in April.
So this nigga just can't keep his hands off women. That's what it is. He ain't hit nobody on the field, so he got to hit women in the crib.
2023. The 2023 incident involved Lee's own mother. According to police in Dublin, Ohio, a witness ran upstairs after hearing screams and found Lee on top of her with his fist raised. The witness pulled him away. Lee's mother later told officers he had pushed her into a wall, knocked her to the ground, and punched her repeatedly in the face. Leo,
His own mom. His own mom. See that? If that don't tell you that he throwed off, as a juror, even hearing it, because one thing about it, the prosecution, they're going to bring this up in the case. As a juror, you hearing a man beat up his own mom. He could be innocent for killing his girlfriend. You still going to find him guilty for that just because of this.
Ultimately pleaded guilty in 2025 to a reduced charge of attempted assault. He received a 90-day jail sentence with 88 days suspended.
My man did 2 days in jail. He beat up his mom and did 2 days in jail. You know them little memes that be like, would you slap your mom for $1 million? My man gonna beat up his mom for free and do 2 days in jail. This world is crazy.
He served roughly 2 days behind bars. He was placed on probation through February 2027. The 2022 incident involved another woman who told police Lee had thrown a...
And the way probation works, being the fact that he got them 88 days suspended and his probation was until 2027, this was from February of 2026 this year. So with his murder charge, granted, it's probably gonna give him like 25 to life. I don't really know how Tennessee works. I don't know if they got the death penalty. I don't know if they have parole, but he probably gonna do like 25 to life, or might just give him an L note. But being the fact that he was already on probation for the guilty charge of beating up his mom, and he got the 88 days suspended, whatever they give him, they can give him up to or all the way them 88 days as well. So get a life sentence plus 88 days they can give him.
Phone that struck her in the head hard enough to make her ear bleed. The report also described Lee grabbing her by the neck while punching a pillow beside her head, leaving visible red marks on her throat. A pattern was clearly taking shape, and investigators would later reference this history during Lee's preliminary hearing.
The man like hitting women. That's his history.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring out Mr. Lee.
He looked like he did whatever they say he did.
Alright, how's our signal? We good? Alright, we're here on docket number 2006151, first degree murder. Docket number 2006152, tampering with or fabricating evidence for preliminary hearing, Mr. Darren Alexander.
In early March, Lee was in court for his preliminary hearing, during which investigators revealed a highly unsettling detail. After downloading the data from Lee's phone, detectives learned that Lee had been asking ChatGPT for advice about specific injuries and police involvement the day before the 911 call was made.
I forgot the title. It said right there, ChatGPT exposes. So he killed her and then asked ChatGPT to help him out. So he wanted ChatGPT to be a accomplice. How do I clean up this blood? It is a lot of blood. What do I do? Wait, did I like kill her? So what should I put her to get away with this murder? What should I say?
ChatGPT throughout this conversation appears to give Mr. Lee advice.
They did, yes.
Okay. What does that say?
This is from...
So this was before. So what it's seeming like is he was already plotting to kill her, but he tried to find out what he could do to make it seem like she had an accidental fall and she ended up dying. As you seen when he was talking to the cop, he kept saying over and over, I don't know if she fell in the shower. So this was premeditated.
Xander Lee to ChatGPT. Hey, Allie, what are physical signs of injuries of slip and fall in bathrooms, in the shower?
Is that on February the 4th?
February the 4th, 2026 at 11:49 OAA.
And do you know what in this green one, is he responding to something that ChatGPT had responded with?
Yes.
Do you recall what that is?
Slip and fall can cause punctures, I believe is what it says. He responds back, stab wound like punctures from hitting anything.
What did ChatGPT say?
ChatGPT is responding to his questions.
Yes. It says, yeah, it can happen, but these are important distinctions to make. Can a slip or fall cause injuries, stab wounds? Yes, it's usually under specific conditions. What would it look like? Small, deep puncture, looking wounds, round or oval. Minimal bleeding at first and swelling later. Looks stabby, even though it wasn't a knife.
And he looking at the messages like he ain't the one that was just having a whole conversation with ChatGPT. Like, you know exactly what it say. Yeah, you know what ChatGPT said. He looking at it like, damn, did I say that? That's me. Yeah, nigga, it's you.
Your knowledge based on reviewing the messages in totality and not just snippets here.
And the lawyer looking like, yep, we're cooked. We're done. It's over with. The most we could do is try to get a plea deal. Look at him.
Is this similar to the conversation that Mr. Lee is having with ChatGPT over the 4th and the 5th?
Yes.
On February 5th, do you recall seeing messages where Mr. Lee is asking ChatGPT about calling 911?
Yes.
You recall the substance of those messages?
He kept telling me he wants to call 911, but he wants to make sure that it's a EMS issue with not a police matter.
He didn't want the police coming around asking questions. He wanted EMS to come through, be like, oh yeah, man, she fell. Let's help her. Oh man, she died natural causes. She died from the fall. And he was like, oh my God. And he was just going to get away with it. Nah, it don't work like that. Emergency services are emergency services. The police coming. Especially if the EMS got there first and they seen the scene, they were going to call the police anyway.
Here where we've got the bottom of the ChatGPT is, do you see where it says, if you want, tell me this?
Yes.
Does that often occur in these ChatGPT messages where ChatGPT asks more questions or asks basically for follow-up?
Yes.
Okay, and so you can see, correct me if I'm wrong, ChatGPT says, yes, falls can cause puncture or hearing wounds. They usually don't look like clean knife stabs. Context surrounding injury pattern matters more than the hole itself. And then it says, if you want, tell me where on the body, how many punctures, depth and size, what objects were nearby. I can help you sanity check whether it lines up, I think that's it, sanity check, whether it lines up with a slip and fall or it's something that should be evaluated ASAP. Again, is this similar to other messages between Mr. Lee and ChatGPT?
Yes.
And what does Mr. Lee say?
His response is yes, middle gut, inside hip.
Do you recall if Miss Perpetuo had injuries around her gut or side hip?
Yes.
What were those?
She was
There
stabbed.
was a stab wound, and then her hip, there was, on her leg was a bite mark. A stab wound on her thigh as well.
ChatGPT again says, if you want, you can tell me. So again, is ChatGPT asking for more information from him?
Yes.
Okay, can you see that Xander Lee, owner, says, yep, bruised below the 2 stabby looking wounds.
My man is having a whole murder conversation with ChatGPT. Literally a whole murder conversation. Like they are really conversing on how to cover up this body. On how to cover up this murder to make it seem like she just accidentally hurt herself and died.
Yes.
Shit, like talking to a Chucky doll.
Mr. Lee, and this message says both her eyes are swollen, question mark. What date is this?
That is February the 4th, 2026 at 11:54:49.
The next message from ChatGPT says, okay, pause the jokes for half a second because both eyes being swollen is still possible from a fall, but it crosses into get checked territory, not man, ice it. Do you recall what message from Mr. Lee that you may or may not resulted in ChatGPT telling him to pause the joking?
I can't say for sure which one the joking ones came from. There was so many. I don't recall.
Are you familiar with what LOL means?
Yes.
Are you familiar with what LMAO means?
Yes.
What does LMAO mean?
Laugh my ass
What does LOL mean?
off. Laughing out loud.
In any of Mr. Lee's messages during this time period about injuries to a person, does Mr. Lee use LMAO or LOL?
Yes.
I believe this is the last one. What's the date on this one?
This is 2/4/2026 at 12:03:33.
He said,
Yo, he talking to ChatGPT like that's a homie. Bet. She got blood all over the damn place. Yo. This is signs that homie ain't, yo, dude ain't got no friends. My man ain't got no friends. His friend is Alexa, Siri, and stop. Siri, I'm not talking to you right now. Those are his friends. His friends are digital. His friends are in the cloud. My man is talking to GPT like that's one of the homies that he worked with. Like that's one of the other dudes that was sitting on the bench in the NFL that got the boot. And they just kicking it, reminiscing about the old days, and they both just got some bullshit going on. Man, cut it out. No friend having any.
says, Sandra Lee owner says that she got blood all over the damn place. Is that correct?
Yes.
After the hearing, the judge found probable cause and bound the case over to a grand jury. If indicted, Lee would face a full criminal trial in Hamilton County, where a jury would ultimately decide his guilt or innocence. For now, Lee remains in custody without bond as the legal process continues. If convicted of first-degree murder in Tennessee, Lee could face 3 possible sentences: the death penalty, life in prison without parole, or life with the possibility of parole.
That answered what I was saying earlier, but he was also on probation. So along with all of these 3, they can still give him another 88 days for beating up his mom.
Though even that would require serving at least 51 years behind bars.
My man gonna die inside. Only time he get out is in that body bag. Like, yo, hey, drag my man out. He got parole. Like, oh no, he dead. Oh, well, all right then.
While the criminal case moves forward, Bella's family has also taken legal action of their own. They filed a civil lawsuit against Lee, holding him responsible for Gabriella's death and seeking financial damage.
Yeah, the civil lawsuit, that's just money. Like, yo, you killed our daughter, you owe us money.
The civil case works a little differently than the criminal one, doesn't require prosecutors to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a much harder bar to clear. Instead, it operates under a lower standard of proof, meaning it could move forward on its own timeline, independent of whatever happens in the criminal courtroom.
Whatever they asking, I don't think he got it anyway.
There's a version of this story that begins and ends with football, with a promising career that never reached its ceiling, with a player who reached the NFL but never became a household name.
He said never reached the ceiling. Man, that shit's still in the basement. Man, shit ain't even hit the first floor yet. It's not even in the finished basement. It's in the unfinished basement. Ain't nothing but drywall up. Matter of fact, it's not even drywall. It's studs up. Talking about his career ain't reached the ceiling. Man, shit, I don't even know if that house built.
That version of the story is disappointing, but it's not uncommon. Plenty of first-round picks don't become the stars their draft position suggested they would be.
Greg Oden. We always go back to Greg Oden. That was a bust if I ever seen one.
But that's not the story we are telling in this video.
And Greg Oden went to Ohio State.
In this video, we're telling the story of Bella, a young woman who moved across the country chasing a dream of caring for newborns, who was just months away from holding that degree in her hands. A woman who, by every account, made the people around her feel seen and welcomed. And we are telling the story of how her life was cut short in a rental home she'd only lived in for a few weeks. As the
So they ain't even buy the home. They was renting this joint. They were probably renting this for like $2,100 a month. Well, I don't know. This is Tennessee. This was probably like $17.50 a month. Tops. Water included.
legal proceedings against Deron Lee continue to unfold. The full picture of what happened in that February afternoon in Ottawa, Tennessee is still being pieced together in a courtroom. What we do know is this: a promising life was taken far too soon, and a man once cheered in packed stadiums on Sundays now sits behind bars daily, charged with ending it.